Welcome to Trading Lounge and the US indices for Wednesday, December the 22nd. Starting with the Russell here. With the NASDAQ and the S&P, we're expecting it to move a little higher and then pull down. Now, I don't know if it's going to make a new low just below here and then push back up, or it's going to maintain a low, maintain that low in. I can count 5 waves in this particular structure here. So yeah, let's just focus on the NASDAQ and the S&P. And this particular, we're looking for a move up and then a move down. Let's just see how this low settles in. We'll get the low in line with the S&P, so not to worry about that. Now, starting with the NASDAQ here. So firstly, I need to apologize. I made a mistake in the pattern. Yeah, anyway, pick up the pieces and get back on the horse and carry on. I thought that we would be coming down here further in this move, but it does appear that we've got a triangle pattern in place. And yeah, all the legs here, the A wave is in 3 waves, the B wave's in 3 waves, the C wave here now, just by taking that little top out here, makes it in 3 waves as well. So that confirms that that move as a C wave is in 3 waves. So we'll look for 3 in D and then wave 4, wave E here for wave 4. So that's the triangle pattern. Let's just cruise in and have a closer look at that and get the timing of all this right. So wave 3 to the upside here, and ABC for the A wave and ABC for the B wave. We had all that in place, but we're looking down for 1 and back for 2 and down for 1 and back for 2, but that wasn't the case. So we need to label it wave A, B and C for the C wave, and then an A and a B and a C wave here. Now that's the 61.8% and that's the 78.6. I got a feeling it will just come in between that, because this one here was between the 61.8% and the 78.6. Triangle patterns don't necessarily respect the 50 and the 61.8%. They kind of do at times, yeah, it's more so the pattern. So we could end up being at the 61.8%, which would make this leg a little bit small compared to this one. But yeah, so anyway, we don't really have to worry about it too much. Let's just go to the 1-hour chart and get a little bit more detail here. So this is our little triangle pattern here. So wave B, C, and ABC here for the D wave, and then an ABC here for the E wave here. So maybe on Friday we'll get this move, we'll be down here somewhere and we'll get that bullish move at that point, because we need to finish that off. And, will it go a little bit higher? I'm not sure. And then we'll need to look for an ABC pattern over here for this here. So that could be Wednesday to finish this off, Thursday to give us a bearish day, tightening up on the Thursday afternoon for our bullish weekly cycle pattern, and then moving up in that space there. So I think that's sort of where we are with all of this. So yeah, let's just allow that to unfold over the next 2 sessions. I'm not going to call any trades in all of this because we're working in patterns of 3 and it makes it a little bit difficult. It's only useful for intraday traders. So with the S&P here, we need to do the same as well. We do have a bit of a top taken out over here, but that was based on JP from the Fed taking, doing his bit on all of that, but still not a biggie, not a problem. So we still look at it as wave 3 here, with when we had it already as an ABC here and ABC here for the B wave. Yeah, I mean, it hasn't taken out the top of the B wave here yet to confirm that it is actually an ABC pattern, but we do have that on the NASDAQ, so that's good enough for me. And we've got the 61.8% and the 78.6 in this case. So we need for this to top out, and then once it tops out, then we can look for 3 waves in wave E here, and then we'll have the buying up at this point down here, and that will be our triangle pattern. So yeah, look, Friday, late Thursday afternoon, the normal bullish weekly cycle pattern that's on our website under education. You can have a bit of a read at that. But yeah, so let's look for that that trade at that point. That's what we've been looking for, and that's the thing with wave fours. You know, they are complicated at times. Sometimes they can be simple, and sometimes you get them right from the get-go. But once they mature to a point of recognition, then it makes life easier. It's just all the emotional turmoil and the frustration and the unknown being lost, basically, in the in the early stages of the pattern. You know that you've got the top of wave 3, you know where wave 4 can pull back to, but what type of pattern is it going to give you? And it's always a bit of a guessing game, and all I can say is that you know, I mean, it's easy for an analyst to say, but if you got money in something, then you can only really comment as a trader. But I really understand how frustrating wave fours can be. But once they mature, markets are just trends and corrections of different degrees, and the corrections are where the next trend is engineered from. It's the corrections that normally take your money off you, and once you sort of mature yourself in handling corrections, then you'll tend to wait till the end of them until you're sure to be sure type of thing, and then move in. So anyway, that's where we are now. So we've done the hard yards, and we've been emotional about it all, and hopefully this will just play out here, and we'll get that 3 wave. This will be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave. Of course, there'll be 5 waves in the C wave here. It might breach the trend line here, all of those sorts of things, but counting 5, 3, 5 in here will do the trick, and then we'll be on our way at that point. Let's just cruise into the hourly chart here. So I'm thinking wave B, wave C, and A, B, and C here. I haven't pulled that apart just yet. But somewhere in amongst all of this here, maybe it moves a little bit higher, and then the ABC here. Now this ABC I've got here looks a little bit awkward and large and all the rest of it, because in a triangle pattern, things diminish in size. Well, wave B hasn't diminished, but sometimes we can look at simple, complex, simple, complex, simple, or even more simple. But if this is the size, whatever size this thing is here, wherever it goes to and whatever size it is here, then we can expect the next one here to be smaller, 60% smaller. Okay, so that's a good thing to understand as well, because this one here was bigger still. Do you know what I mean? So we're diminishing in size. So it's kind of good to understand that perspective as well with triangles. So it may only be, let's just see where this goes. There'll probably, let's just say that it comes up here somewhere. So the one that comes down here may only pull back, it might be much smaller. It might be something like that, pulling back 50, 60%, 62% of this particular move here. So yeah, and drying up Thursday afternoon, and and then sort of tucking in here, or it might breach the trend line down here. So you've got to kind of be a little bit open-minded, but understand the basic principles of the triangle pattern. Alrighty, I'm just going to leave it at that, and I wasn't going to work on Friday, but if I see this set up here, then I'll put a video out. Okay, so alrighty, thanks for tuning in. Cheers.